The last time these two teams met, we had no idea that only days later, the 2020 season would be delayed and our lives would be forever changed by COVID-19. Today, Tulsa and Sacramento meet again more than 2 years later. I'm Rob McAllister, and with me is former Republic midfielder Adam Moffett. Today's match is brought to you by UC Davis Health. Republic with 3 points after 2 matches, but despite last week's loss to San Diego, Adam, the Republic attack appears to be off to a promising start.
One of the concerns that needed addressed coming into this season was the inability to put shots on target. Through 2 games, we've had 27 attempts on goal, 10 on target, resulting in 3 goals. That's a positive for Mark Briggs' men. Tonight, for Sacramento to keep up that trend, they have to get the ball to Keko's feet and Rodrigo Lopez in those wide advanced areas. 2 of the most experienced guys on the field, and also 2 of the most creative. So if those 2 can dictate play tonight, I fully expect those stats to grow massively this evening.
Good chance today as Sacramento has 30 goals in this series between the two. It was a 1-1 draw the last time they met in 2020. What does the 2020 edition have in store? We'll find out soon enough. Kickoff is minutes away.
So you're out for a drink. Before that drink turns to drinks, make a plan to get home safe. Just call a friend, a cab, or get a ride share. Whatever you do, don't let drunk drive. Go safely, California.
Esta es la mirada de una niña con grandes sueños, pero una última esperanza. Una niña cuyos órganos fallaban a medida que ella crecía. Una niña que finalmente descubrió su foco cuando encontró su especialista. UC Davis Health. Desde lo extraordinario hasta lo rutinario, estamos descubriendo la buena salud y cambiando vidas aquí mismo en Sacramento. UC Davis Health. Descubriendo la buena salud.
How do you build a community that thrives? By staying active, by working and playing together, and by building strong bones and bodies with food that's simple, local, and fresh. Crystal Creamery has proudly supported Central Valley athletes and athletic programs since 2012, because when you nourish a community, the community thrives. Crystal Creamery, simple, local, fresh.
So you're out for a drink. Before that drink turns to drinks, make a plan to get home safe. Just call a friend, a cab, or get a ride share. Whatever you do, don't let drunk drive. Go safely, California.
UC Davis Health pregame show continues. Let's get to our matchup of the afternoon. And we're going with the veteran Rodrigo Lopez for Sacramento Republic. And what a year he is having, in shape, in the lineup for a 3rd straight time. 1 goal on the year, the first of the 22 season. What do you expect from Roro tonight?
I anticipate we'll see a lot of him today. Obviously, set pieces, corner kicks, free kicks, penalty kicks, as we saw in the first game. He's a dangerous player. Watch out for him.
And our Western Health advantage. Let's take a look at FC Tulsa's Brian Brown, a standout player with Reno, 28 goals, 16 assists over 2 seasons, hoping for a resurgence here in Tulsa.
Yet to get his first goal of the season, but he'll want to get off the good start here today. He is very explosive. We saw a little bit of him at Reno a few years back. He had a fantastic time there. Keep an eye on him. He likes to make those runs in behind, so defenders at the back have to be aware of where he's at.
Republic starting 11, couple of changes. Danny Vidiello getting his first start of the season. Matt LaGrassa back into the 11 as well, and pretty much the same. Other than that, we've seen this as a 4-3-3. We've seen it as a 4-2-3-1 at times. All that matters is Douglas Martinez, Rodrigo Lopez, and Keiko, you talked about in the previous segment, they got to get out there early on.
Those 3 attacking players, and expect Nick Ross to get up and add that additional threat from midfield. LaGrassa, Felipe sitting deep.
FC Tulsa, couple of changes. Joaquin Rivas is with his national team, as is Rodriguez, so he is not in either. And that will mean a couple of opportunities for some guys in here like Eric Bird, the veteran out of Virginia Beach, and Peter Chuich could be key in the midfield for Michael Nasian's team here as they go to a 4-4-2. It's FC Tulsa in white heading to the south end of the field here at Hart Health Park. And it's Sacramento in the Old Glory red heading to the north end on a glorious 70-degree day in Sacramento, California. Our referee today is Joseph Salinas. Our assistant is Conrado Garcia, Andrew Hanks, and the fourth official is Michael Zapata. Salinas checking his watch. Looks like it's time to go. There's the whistle, and here we go from Hart Health Park. Luis Felipe and company already showing that attack early. Mark Briggs talked about it with us earlier this week. Wants to get up to a hot start. They felt like during preseason, this was a club that was on those front studs from the get-go. Didn't see that in the first two matches. Will we see that here today, Adam?
Just from the kickoff right there, you see players getting forward, and that's what Mark Briggs wants to see. At home, amazing fans. He wants to have an attack-minded team and put Tulsa on the back foot straight off the bat.
In the midfield, playing it forward. Here's Brown, a little bit of space. Lee Desmond trying to get there. Dan Casey able to get a toe on it. And so no look for FC Tulsa, who's playing their fourth match of the season. Have 6 points on the year after a win against San Diego on Wednesday night in Oklahoma. Luis Felipe doing what he does best, getting stuck in. Back to this left side is Rodrigo Lopez. Started in the middle against San Diego on Saturday night down in Southern California.
One of the big advantages of having Matt LaGrasse on the side, it frees up Luis Felipe. His biggest skill is winning the ball back, and we just saw it right there in the attacking third. If he can win that ball up higher in the field and then set Douglas Martinez, Rodrigo Lopez, Keko on their way, that's a big thing we've got to watch out for today.
Keko had a really nice start to this season, came in as a substitute in the win over El Paso on opening night here at Hart Health Park. Got the third goal on the evening. And then against San Diego, another really strong showing. A couple of good looks, didn't get it to go. 3 shot attempts. But he has been brilliant out of the gate for Mark Briggs' side in a collision between bodies along the touchline. And it'll go Sacramento's direction. Tower Bridge Battalion out in full force again this afternoon for the third match of the Republic season. Looking to pick up 3 more points. Here's Desmond, left foot ball curling to the edge, a little overlapping lunge from Gurr from Keko. And Jack Gurr not afraid, send across in. Here's Douglas Martinez, and it's partially deflected by the back line of Tulsa. And Roro keeps it in play. A little bit of space here. Keko turning. Keko looking for some room. Jack Gurr will come up and play this ball and just trying to break up any kind of counter there. What will we see from Tulsa here? What type of style will they likely get into? We've seen a couple of different looks from them over the last couple of years.
They'll try and keep secure at the back. We already saw Gabby Torres, the left back for them. He loves to get forward and add that little bit in the attack. So Keko has to be aware of where he's at. Jack Gurr has to be aware. And their main man is Rodrigo da Costa. He's the guy who can make things happen. One of the only 8 players last year who had 10 goals, 5 assists in the USL. So he can do a little bit of everything. Constantly got to monitor where he's at, and that's the job of Matt LaGrasse and the 2 center backs.
Well, Michael Nasian, the head man for FC Tulsa in his 3rd season, the 40-year-old, hoping to get this team back to the playoffs for yet another year. Really helped with the resurgence of this club as the Tulsa Roughnecks. This was a club that had very little success. And in fact, Joaquin Rivas, who's not here today, former Republic player, his first year with Tulsa, just 3 wins on the season. And they have come a long way to be a formidable squad, and they're playing the Eastern Conference. So they're hoping to get a win out here in California today. Meanwhile, Sacramento trying to make this place a difficult place to be. Rodrigo Lopez just can't keep it in play.
That ball just spun away from Roro there, but it's once again Luis Felipe is involved a little bit higher up the field than we used to seeing him, and unfortunately for Sacramento, Rodrigo couldn't get that ball into control. Too much spin on that one.
Bradley Bourgeois, 27-year-old. His 2nd stint with Tulsa. Roro able to win this ball back. The pressure from Sacramento, a little bit relentless to start all this match here, just trying to keep this in play. Checo, a little outside of the foot. And Gabi Torres, who had an assist in the win against San Diego Wednesday night, is back at the left back position, and really, at 25 years of age, he may be one of the better younger left backs in all of USL.
Definitely promising, and we'll see a lot of him going forward. He's got those. He's got that whole left wing to go for himself, so keep an eye on him.
What will Jack Gurr's position be today? We know, like, gets in behind quite a bit, but he's with Torres really working up that left flank. Will he have a different assignment than what we've seen the first two matches?
It's always key if you're a fullback. You do want to make sure you're going forwards, but you can't shirk your defensive responsibilities. First and foremost, you're a defender, so always keeping an eye on him. But we've seen already Jack's got a promising cross into the box. Martinez almost getting on the end of it, and in the first two games he's almost scored 2 wonder goals as well. So it's a great addition to have such an attack-minded fullback, but those defensive responsibilities always come first.
Game of volley here happening, moving forward. FC Tulsa to the right side. Brian Brown, the Jamaican national, just outside the 18, looking to get to his left foot, sneaking it through into a teammate. A little bit of holding going on, and Dan Casey has a few words for Diego da Costa. And a bit too heavy for Brown. Last touch by Sacramento, and I think they're going to confer. And Salinas will award the ball to FC Tulsa for the throw-in.
Lee Desmond's the one who's on DaCosta, and he's kind of on his way down, and he just has to be careful. I think it was Dan Casey actually who was on him, and Keko was the one who intervenes, the right winger there. So that's why you just got to be careful. DaCosta in that box, he's a really crafty player, looking for those fouls. And
Rodrigo da Costa, considered by many the best player in Tulsa history. I mean, he leads every offensive category, and in 2021 had 11 goals, 6 assists, 43 chances created, 33 appearances. He is a big part of what they do. Well, 2 changes for Sacramento coming because of unable to play because of selection for health and safety protocols, and that is Emil Cuello and Saldana, who's not getting the start of this goalkeeper today, as Carlos had a pretty good week 1. This ball is looking through to Keko. So those 2 out, no injuries reported for FC Tulsa. But the word is they're doing just fine, and they hope to have them back by next game. Republic done a nice job so far pinning Tulsa back here. Roro, the captain of this Republic team. About 20 minutes from now, we will have played his 10,000th minute in USL Championship play. Gurr quickly back to Martinez. Well, the boys in Old Glory Red will be back at Heart Health Park next week to take on new regional rival Monterey Bay FC. Before the 2 head on a road trip, kickoff is for 7 o'clock right here on April 2nd. Tickets are available starting at $15. Brian Brown offside. Good job by Dan Casey there.
good win for them last night, Monterey Bay, getting their first victory of the season. So that one next week, they'll have a little confidence coming into that as well. It'll be exciting to get another Northern California rivalry going here.
Oakland really struggling out of the gate this year. There's a lot of the teams in the Western Conference improving. I'm not sure if Oakland did quite enough yet. A long way to go. Lee Desmond trying to break some lines, and a turnover here, and this could spell trouble. Dan Casey's got to get back. Brian Brown on the run. Brian Brown with a shot low, and Vidiello's first stop as a member of the Republic. And Danny Vidiello coming off the bench, and what a a sub to have. You got a New York Golden Glove winner in 2020. Row. And look what Vitiello did in 2021, less than a goal a match. Allowed 26 out of 27 appearances. Really a fantastic outing from Danny Vitiello, one of the better goalkeepers in the league last couple of seasons. Carlos Sonani's had a really good preseason. So he had two really good options for Mark Briggs' side, and Danny talked to him during training, said he's just can't wait. He is thrilled to get back on the pitch for the first time this year.
Great opportunity for Tulsa to take the lead, and unfortunately for them it was on Brian Brown's weaker foot, on his right foot. Fails to get enough connection on there, but that's where Sacramento have to be careful. Lee Desmond gives the ball away, and straight away Brown's looking to go, and Danny Vitiello, he'll do his confidence wonders, just getting a nice comfortable save in early.
We've seen FC Tulsa, when they have success, it's usually in the counter, and if they get that early goal, it may be even harder to break down. So public looking to see if they can get on the board first and get this match to open up. Eric Bird in the lineup today is Moloto out with an injury. Levo Moloto, one of the better midfielders for this FC Tulsa side over the years. This ball's lofted, and it's going to hang a little too high.
We spoke about in the pregame show, Sacramento, to get success today, they really have to get to the ball, to the feet of Rodrigo Lopez and Keko in those wide areas. They've failed to do that so far, 11 minutes in. But that's something Mark Briggs would have preached all week. Get those guys, they're talented, creative, crafty players, the ball at their feet. We see Rodrigo Lopez right here. A little higher up is where we want him. If they can do that, that's when we'll see these opportunities come, because he can spray passes like that.
Makes it look so easy. Gurr still battling, moving forward. Out wide, Nick Ross plays it to Keko. Keko just a bit behind Jack Gurr. Good idea, but that's exactly what you're wanting to see. A quick 1-2-3. The timing just a tad off, but Sean Lewis, his first touch of the afternoon and his fourth appearance on the 2022 season. Bourgeois. He's going to cut this one in. Dan Casey chests it down, and still a battle for his Keko. To Eric Bird. Eric Bird's third season now with this club. Direct ball, and the flag would have been up offside for Brian Brown. Second time he's been called on that today. Where Public FC matches are the perfect place to make lifelong memories with your friends and family. Your group of 10 or more. Discounted seating, photo on the field. Go to the website /group tickets for more information on how to reserve your next group outing.
Tulsa's a very organized team. You see Sacramento's passing the ball around the back, and Tulsa's not giving too much away. They don't send just one guy to go press. They're looking to win the ball here from a little carelessness, and DaCosta takes a hit on that one there by LaGrassa. It looked unintentional, but maybe got him in the head.
Interesting watching the way that Tulsa plays is almost that they're not trying to win the ball. They're trying to force you into a certain type of pass. What is the advantage of that?
Well, they're just baiting you in, essentially, right? They're just waiting for you to make one mistake, and then they're right on top of you. So they're not going to go and look to win it. And we've seen 2 or 3 times already Sacramento's lost that ball in their own defensive third. So they really have to be careful, take care of the ball, and it can be frustrating though. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to frustrate you, not give you those direct balls, and kind of lull you into that false sense of security, and then look to pounce.
Last time these two teams got together, it was 2020 opening night, early March. It was a 1-1 draw. Drew Skundrich from top of the box from Juan Barahona, and Rodrigo de Costa tying it up late in the 79th minute. And a 1-1 draw, but of course that was the match where only a week later everything would shut down because of COVID, and we had just an electric atmosphere here at Hardell Park, and we weren't quite sure if we'd see the rest of the season. Ended up having a short hybrid year, but nonetheless, what we saw that night was just a really great display by both clubs. And in goal that night was Sean Lewis. I mean, he made 7 saves, limiting 1 goal, 16 shots for Sacramento that night. And that was a really frustrating performance, I think, for Sacramento, feeling like they were the better team, and ended up just with a 1-1 draw. And then, of course, it would be months before you get back on the pitch.
Yeah, it was a strange time. I recall that game, and real strange time heading into what we now know was a trying few years. So it's good that we're on the other side of that now, and restrictions, and teams are able to go on preseason trips, and they can build on these things. They can share the locker room together. A lot has changed during that time, and it's good to see Tulsa have a few of the same players still out on the field there as well.
So Rodrigo de Costa is up and on the sideline. He'll be back into the match now. A couple of Tulsa players warming up. It's Mateus Silva and Abuchi Abnois, but they appear to be on the bench unless something changes here. Another whistle coming in, Joseph Salinas, and the crowd doesn't like it. Timing of the ball. Lee Desmond battling with Brian Brown. Vidiello had to make a quick decision, came out and put this out. Bourgeois played center back and then right back at the end of the season for this FC Tulsa side, and because of some injuries they really relied on him, and it looks like he may have that position now locked out for the long term. Keko. Making a lot of runs today, trying to cross this ball in. Douglas Martinez was there. Both battling here. Keko goes down, hoping to draw a foul. Doesn't earn the call. Luis Felipe not giving up on it. Look at Luis Felipe getting stuck in there. Ball played forward, looking for an opportunity to spring forward. Dario Suarez, known as Super Mario, getting the goal, game winner against San Diego. Had 9 goals a year ago. Quick turn, can Sacramento make something of this? Douglas Martinez in the open pitch. He's got help on the right side, finding Durr in stride. Martinez right back in the box, goes low, takes a partial deflection, and Nick Ross not able to get there in time. To step up by Keko. Keko Roro not ready for it. Great attack from Republic. Look at Desmond just battling with Brown. Crowd is not a fan of Joseph Salinas so far this afternoon.
He's not doing so much favors right here, but yeah, I think he called the foul prior to the collision between Casey and Brown. So yeah, Lee Desmond, I think he called him on pulling him back a little bit. So as play continues, you can hear the fans are getting a little frustrated, but would not like to be a referee.
It seems just a no-win situation. Meanwhile, Mark Briggs was letting Michael Zapata know, the 4th official, for a little more clarification. What did he do wrong? And goal kick here for Vidiello. And especially in that loss for Sacramento against San Diego. It's a 2-0 defeat, but it seemed like most of the match, Republic really outplayed San Diego. Outpossessed, outshot them, which is pretty rare when you go against the Loyal. And they're a good club. You'll likely see them in the postseason this season. Just a couple of bad defending moments and bad bounces, and right away. And that's all it took. 2-0 down at Torero Stadium.
And that San Diego team went and beat Phoenix in Phoenix last night, something that doesn't happen often. It's probably been years since that has happened. And Rodrigo Lopez with the ball.
Finding Nick Ross. He's tripped up in the box, and he's holding his right ankle. Keko still battling for it, and Joseph Salinas not giving Nick Ross the foul he was hoping for. And now Mark Briggs has some further questions for the fourth official. Let's see
Great ball by Rodrigo Lopez and the run by Nick Ross, and you see the ball just sat up a little bit for him, and tough to see how much contact was on that. If that ball could just sit down a little bit quicker for him, and you see it's...
Now the whistles are coming out now, and we may see a booking. Or at least a stern talking to.
But that's what will probably need to happen when Rodrigo Lopez gets on that ball. A little time and space, he needs runs. You make a run, he's probably going to find you. And that was Nick Ross, a late run. Doesn't always have to be Douglas Martinez. It could be Luis Felipe, it could be Keko. So that's real promising signs for this club.
Set piece here for Sacramento. And the man you want over at Rodrigo Lopez for the Republic. This ball's driven well, back post, Lee Desmond. And we'll redo it.
That's always one you've worked on in the training pitch, and you go a little too early. Now I think they know what they're going to do, right? So it's like, okay, scrap that, right? Let's go for the next one.
Or do you do it again?
They didn't go in the first time, so maybe the second time's the charm.
Roro lifting this one center. Douglas Martinez is brought down. This ball sent over into the stands. It'll be a corner kick for Sacramento. The first of the afternoon by Atlas Disposal.
Definitely heavy contact there on Douglas Martinez. It was Bradley Bourgeois who was going up against him, and Douglas had a step, but it's another corner kick here.
This will be Keko. Short, Nick Ross to Roro. Roro quickly back in, looking to find Keko. And here's Matt LaGrossa with a big swing. Look at this hustle here coming from Jack Gurr. Going to break this ball up. Well done. I mean, there is one guy on the pitch you know he's going to give 100% each and every time, and that's Jack Gurr. The hustle is there, the tenacity is there, and able to break that counter coming from FC Tulsa. And we'll have a throw for the visiting side. Gurr came over from Aberdeen, the Scottish Premier League. Played Atlanta United 2 before that. And a really good pickup for Republic along that right side.
Have you ever been to Aberdeen, Rob?
I have not. Never been to Scotland.
You've never been to Scotland?
I've been to London.
Big golf guy as well?
I know.
Yeah.
If I had a Scottish friend who would take me there, if only, you know. I'll ask Nick Ross.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, ask him. He knows more than I do anyway. Yeah, it's cold and windy up there.
Okay.
So I'm sure Jack's enjoying this weather a lot better than what you get up there in Aberdeen.
This is a blistering hot summer day. I'd imagine it's 70 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
Jewish lifting this one. DaCosta, the flag stays down, and they're saying DaCosta's onside. Breaking it up is Lee Desmond.
Really nice ball over the top by Chuich, and you have to play to the whistle. A lot of them expecting that whistle to blow, the flag to go up. Didn't happen. You got to get back in your position, and Lee Desmond was alert to the danger.
Fenwick, he'll look to send to right here to Bourgeois. Bourgeois, standout player at the University of Tulsa, all-conference player. Lifted up over the top. Here's Lee Desmond again, getting ahead to it. Celebrating its 75th anniversary, Select is proud to be the official ball supplier of the USL Championship. Choose what you play with it. SelectSportAmerica.com. Select League's choice, player's choice. Dan Casey going to put this into the corner for Sosa. Bourgeois heading it back to Sean Lewis. Lewis had an injury-plagued 2021 in just 16 appearances, compared to 2020 where he played every match. The best of his career, 79% save percentage. There, Michael Lucian's hoping to see Sean Lewis in this lineup a bit more. As a turnover, but not enough numbers for Republic. Martinez along that right side. He's going to look for some help. And a late foul, and really a silly foul by Tulsa. Republic had nothing.
And you're seeing that a lot. Tulsa will leave back. Eric Bird, Chuich, they'll sit back. So essentially, Douglas Martinez and maybe one other against 6 players. So I'm sure Mark Briggs will want Nick Ross, he'll want Luis Felipe. Push up higher, get in support of Douglas Martinez, and he's done really well to get a free kick from that situation, but it's 5v2, 6v2.
Desmond out wide, playing this one centrally. Nick Ross on the run. Filtering behind was Rodrigo Lopez and Ferdy Sosa. Now FC Tulsa trying to break free. LaGrassa, quick touch. Sosa, Nick Ross. Broken up from behind. DaCosta. That's one thing about FC Tulsa. Their top guys will come all the way back in defense. They're not going to sit up and cherry pick like we've seen some other clubs in the Western Conference over the years.
Luis Felipe putting the press on here. This is where he needs the players behind him to follow suit. If they're a little too slow, then it's too easy to get out for Tulsa. And there you go, you win the ball back. You force them into a pass they don't really want to make. And then you get the ball back, and now you've got to take care of it yourself.
LaGrassa has some space. A little bit of a screen there coming from Douglas Martinez, maybe a little too blatant in front of the official.
Been watching too much March Madness, I think.
Yeah.
Been watching St. Peter's. St. Peter's have been doing that.
He's been honing his St. Peter's. Peacocks. Well, 27th minute, and that means Rodrigo Lopez, 10,000 regular season minutes in the USL Championship. Just an unbelievable feat for any player, considering he has played MLS and Liga MX on top of this. So congratulations to Roro for hitting number 10,000. He's got about another 10,000 to go, I think, to reach the very top. It's about 20,000 plus is the all-time leader. But anyway, it's a remarkable feat. Very few have reached 10,000. So congratulations to Rodrigo Lopez. And it's great to see him do it in a Republic uniform.
Yeah, and it's a testament to his durability. He has all the talent in the world. We see that, but what you don't see is how much hard work he puts in. We spoke about preseason. We'd go down there and he's leading these guys in run. He's the oldest guy out there. Takes care of his body, what he puts into it, and he fully well knows it doesn't last forever. So I know he's really savoring every moment he can, and congratulations to him.
Ball played in, Vitiello, Brian Brown able to get a step. Vitiello's got to get back. Jack Gurry able to push him into the corner. And Brown finding a teammate in Keko, able to cut it off. Still chance, FC Tulsa looking for something over the top. It goes Ferdy Sosa, out of the reach. And into the net, it's Rodrigo de Costa. And FC Tulsa has a goal on the road.
That's where things become difficult. Tulsa take the lead. That's what they're looking to do. They're looking to come in here, take the lead, and I fully expect them to sit back on that now. We've seen them sit back with 6, and I don't know if that was touched. If it was from anyone, as that ball drifts in, it's Ferdy Sosa that gets the touch. De Costa makes the run, and unfortunately for Vitiello, he doesn't get enough push off to stop that one from going in the back of the net. 1-0 Tulsa. Once Again, it was Chewich who was the player who chipped that ball over the top, looking for the run of DaCosta, and Sacramento's got the work cut out for them now.
So 29th minute goal for Rodrigo DaCosta, his second on the year. His good run of form continues in 2022. Now Sacramento playing a bit behind. They've had a real problem breaking down some of these teams that compact and like to possess. We saw it against San Diego. And it's a bit frustrating with all the firepower they have here. The Republic did go to 3 in the back at one point. Try to see if they get more into the attack. And I think Sacramento, you may see a little bit more aggressive spirit coming out here in the rest of this match. This ball's played into some space. Vidiello out to it. A collision as Brian Brown, and the foul will be whistled against number 9 for FC Tulsa.
That's a really smart heads-up play by Danny Vitiello. You can see his momentum probably takes him outside the box if he catches that, and he just went with a little push pass, a little shovel pass. I don't know what that one is. Right to Sosa, and takes the contact from Brown.
Roro quickly. Chewich, 2 assists on the year after that ball served into DaCosta for the first of the afternoon.
And I'm not too sure there was contact by anyone on that. There might have been from DaCosta, so he might have an assist and a goal on the season. But
nice cut off here from Martinez. Roro. He's got Dougie to his left. Plays it into space. Martinez is cut down in the box. Penalty coming up for Sacramento in the 32nd. And we saw it against El Paso. Locomotive scored, and Republic came back after a penalty kick late in the first half. We see it again. Rodrigo Lopez just putting this into some space. And it is Adrian Dispay who cuts down Douglas Martinez. And Martinez will take the penalty kick.
We spoke about getting Rodrigo Lopez in those advanced positions, and when he does, when he's facing at you like that, that's when he can slide those little passes in, and he puts Dispay in a really tough spot and pulls down Martinez. Interesting though, we thought we'd see Rodrigo Lopez taking it, but it looks like Douglas Martinez.
Dougie took one in preseason and scored, and he's able to get this one through to the right side, and Sacramento has tied in the 33rd minute at Heart Health Park.
Great response from the Republic. It only took a few minutes. They're back on even terms. Douglas Martinez getting his second goal of the season, and it was a really well taken penalty kick. Even though the goalie guesses right, if you put enough power placement in it, the goalie has no chance, and that'll do his confidence wonders as well. He gets the penalty kick, and then he disposes of it too.
2 for 2 on PKs in 2022 for Sacramento, and we are now level at 1-1. And so Michael Nissian's game plan maybe changes yet again here, although very early still in this match with about 60 minutes to go.
It is early. Obviously, Tulsa would have loved to have gone into the half with this lead, and for Sacramento to respond as quickly as they can, that's Mark Briggs will be delighted at that. You know, having to go in at halftime and try once again, can we get going in the second half? So good. And then 2 goals already in this first half. It's always fun to see goals as a fan. So.
Don't miss a minute of action this season. Join the Republic and become a season ticket member today. Visit sacrepublicfc.com/memberships for more information on how you can join the 2022 campaign. Played into space, Sosa. Freddy Sosa, 31-year-old, played in USL 1 for Union Omaha a year ago. Came in as likely a substitute here in this 22 campaign, but he has been a guy who has earned that left back position, and he has played well now 3 matches in. And of course, you have a guy like Duke Lacroix, one of your best players from a year ago, who's now fully fit and healthy, ready to go. You've got some serious competition all over the match, all over the pitch, I should say, in terms of positional wise. Who can play where and maybe who's ready each and every week. Jack Gurr looking for a teammate. He's going to switch the field to Sosa. Bourgeois is there for the mark. Bourgeois battling. Roro switching the field the other way. Keko. Keko serving this ball in, little back post, and maybe an opportunity for Roro. Going to earn the corner kick either way.
Oh, it would have been the longest 1-2, longest give and go I've ever seen if Roro got on the end of that cross there from Keko. But that's the 2 guys we spoke about. The ball's at their feet, good things will happen.
Roro will take this one. Keko took the first Atlas disposal corner kick. Jack Gurr almost sends us over the North End Stadium. He's got a foot on him. Sometimes you got to take just a little bit off.
Just a little bit. We saw last week him pulling that off a little bit better with his weaker left foot.
Right.
That one, I mean, that's 25 rows up there. Well, that's a lot of power on that.
Did you ever seen Major League? I know that Bob Uecker is the announcer, and Charlie Sheen would throw it just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside.
Yeah,
that was just a bit off target. But I love seeing for that right back position. I mean, how many shots that Jack Gurr has taken this season already? I believe it's number 5, and I mean it's up there. You think about his aggressive nature, not only on the defensive end, when he gets into the attacking third, he's not afraid to put one on frame.
And the quality of efforts he's had the first 2 games, yes, you're going to get some like that. They go into the 25th row, but you can tell already he's going to be a fan favorite here. The fans love his tenacity. He doesn't give up on anything, and the fact that a lot of that attacking plays come through him, you can see why these fans are really enjoying the signing of Jack Gurr.
He's from England, but attending college in Georgia at a IA school. It's interesting, just a year ago he made his MLS debut for Atlanta United, a 3-1 win over Chicago Fire. And they made a coaching change. He decided to move along as well, and now working his way in the Republic uniform at the age of 26. Keko, quick touch, trying to maybe play this into the corner for Nick Ross. A little bit of pressure maybe for Sacramento. Learn from the best this summer at a Republic FC summer camps and clinics presented by Raley's. With 10 camps across the region, there's something for every kid to enjoy. In addition to skills and lifelong memories, every participant takes home a shirt, a ball, and a free ticket to an upcoming match. Visit the website for more information, camps and clinics. Sosa in the middle of the park, just beyond the circle. He'll send it to Dan Casey to the right side. Casey's got some room, cutting off in the back line. Now working the field. Great on the ball. Gabi Torres has just a lot of talent from that left back position. Keko goes in hard, and Brian Brown is on the ground.
Keko might be fortunate he doesn't get away with a card there. It's not deliberate, but anytime your studs are raised and it's as high as that, then you've got to be really, really careful. Obviously getting a card, but you don't want to injure anyone either. And you can see he just pulled out right at the last second, and thankfully Brian Brown's able to continue. Might have a little mark there in the morning, but I had plenty of those when I played. It's fine. So set piece for FC Tulsa in the 39th minute.
As Vidiello looks to move the line, it'll be Keko and Rodrigo Lopez on this line. This ball's lofted, back post, comes in toward Vidiello along that touchline. And the whistle coming before either way. Sacramento with possession about 54%. Goals by DaCosta and Martinez. LaGrassa, Martinez lets it through. Keko, a foot race with Gabi Torres. And Torres plays it off the shin of Keko. Torres at Hartford Athletic, excuse me, the last couple of seasons. 15 appearances, 3 assists a year ago. Helped lead the team in 2020 to a first-round playoff exit. A good addition for Michael Nasi inside for FC Tulsa this year. To be shown to Douglas Martinez as soon as he gets up. That's 1 for each side now. His body's flying everywhere today.
First yellow card we've seen so far, though.
Second
one.
Dispay was awarded
Dispay from the penalty kick. That's right. Yeah, Douglas Martinez getting one there, and a little surprised that there has been a lot of fouls so far in the game, but yeah, he catches them, and DaCosta is the guy who gets fouled a lot. You know, he's so crafty. You know, you think you have him in one spot, and you see Mark Briggs there thinking that what his team can do. He'd love to go into the half, 5 more minutes with the lead, and at least the team has pulled it back to even.
Bourgeois. Dario Suarez. Lifted again, curling away, and Sosa on the right side of the foot sends it out of play. That's conceding a corner. Those are tough balls to decide what you're going to do with.
Low wind as well, blowing that ball back into Sosa, and we can hear it right here. We can hear Danny Vitiello, you know, giving instruction, and that's what you want to hear from a goalkeeper. They can see the picture a little bit better away and get that ball out from the danger. If it is conceding a corner kick, that's better than putting yourself in a tricky spot in your own box.
DaCosta, first corner kick for FC Tulsa. This come ball whipping in, punched away by Danny Vitiello. Sure of that one, using 2 hands to get it way clear. Tulsa coming right back. Gerd. Keko with a nice little move along the touchline. He's going to move forward now and a little behind Nick Ross. Let's switch the field. Nick Ross, a little pressure from behind to throw for Sacramento. If you can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC, North America's only 24/7 source for soccer talk, including USL All Access every Tuesday nights, 4 o'clock Pacific. Your live matches as well, USL, MLS, Premier League, and much more. Sirius XM 157 and the app. Roro feeling a little bit of pressure from behind. Whistle. Dispay and Roro teammates at RGV. And Joseph Salinas having a further conversation with Matt LaGrassa as LaGrassa, each team trying to impose their will on this match. You can see neither one's really able to get in their own rhythm here. It's tied at 1. Luis Felipe. Sosa was looking for a quick touch there. The ball bounced a little bit higher on him, had to bring it down, and now Douglas Martinez is going to have 2 defenders. He's going to split through them, thread the 3, and looking for a whistle, won't get one. Here's a challenge from Roro. Sacramento not done yet. Sosa on his toes. Nick Ross to his right. Sosa's got a little bit more room. He expected Tulsa to collapse in there and didn't, and now Tulsa is collapsing again right back in to win the ball back. Good takeaway from Keko. Keko right back to Martinez. Martinez looking for some help, and Keko will be offside.
It's a little too late. The ball through by Douglas Martinez. It was the only real option he had was Keko, and it's a really smart run by the Spaniard, but Martinez waits slightly too long, and at that point Keko knows he's offside. But once again, it comes from winning the ball back straight away. I think it was Nick Ross who intercepted the pass and found Douglas Martinez and Keko in a dangerous area.
2 minutes of stoppage time brought to you by Rayleigh's Something Extra Rewards program. Earn points every time you shop. Sign up today at Rayleighs.com. Suarez and Felipe, everybody, and Luis Felipe's foot is stepped on, and somehow Luis Felipe is whistled for the foul. And pretty good position here. As DaCosta able to earn another set piece for his club here.
Both players, you know, the ball is bouncing high, and it's for
a little toe touch together. I don't know whose ball that is. I mean,
DaCosta's foot was higher, right? So if it's a high foot, then it should be the guy who gets his leg higher.
So if you're more flexible, you end up getting that.
DaCosta's doing that yoga. I think that's one of my free kick in a dangerous area.
A little Bikram, a little hot yoga maybe. Here's a left-footed ball, back post, and a little bit too heavy for everyone. A goal kick for Vitiello. Stick around for the Modelo halftime shows. We'll have your highlights and stats and much more coming up. It's 1-1 here at Hart Health Park between FC Tulsa and Sacramento Republic FC. And that is the end of the first half. 47 minutes into the books here at Hart Health Park. A battle between these two sides. Republic owned the series. 8 wins, no losses, 2 draws. They're hoping to expand on that here this afternoon. And a full 45 minutes yet to play. Don't go away. Much, much more coming up in this Sunday afternoon match. FC Tulsa, Sacramento Republic. Modelo halftime show is next.
This is the look of a boy who had no hope of walking. A boy who had his spine rebuilt before he was born. A boy who now stays on his feet and keeps mom on her toes. UC Davis Health. From the extraordinary to the routine, we're discovering healthy and changing real people's lives right here in the Sacramento region. UC Davis Health. Discovering healthy. This is the look of a woman who fought cancer for years with no answers. A woman who bravely championed her own health and found a doctor who'd do the same. A woman whose ending was rewritten when she found remission. UC Davis Health. From the extraordinary to the routine, we're discovering healthy and changing real people's lives right here in the Sacramento region. UC Davis Health. Discovering healthy. This is the look of a little girl with big dreams, but only one last hope. A girl whose organs were shutting down as she was growing up. A girl who finally found her spotlight when she found her specialist. UC Davis Health. From the extraordinary to the routine, we're discovering healthy and changing real people's lives right here in the Sacramento region. UC Davis Health. Discovering healthy.
Modelo halftime show. It is tied at 1 here in Sacramento. As the Tower Bridge Battalion others are going to take a break here at the half. We're not taking a break. We're going to keep it going here for you. As Republic looking around the league on Sunday, you have a chance to see what everybody did, and scoreboard watching becomes a little bit of a different tool, I guess. I don't know. Look at this. Monterey Bay, first one. We talked about it earlier. Big congrats to them. I think it's always hard as a first-time club. You got to put a lot of things together to not only get on the pitch, but then to get your first win. So big win for them. San Diego coming up big. 3 goals for San Diego. That's usually not their MO either.
No, it's not. In Phoenix as well, and I believe they squandered a 2-goal lead in that one. You'd think, oh, Phoenix gets it back to 2-2. Is probably going to go the way of Phoenix, but great response by the Loyal, and that just goes to show you last week's result for the Republic, going down there and playing well against a team that is really going to be there at the end of the season.
In Las Vegas, I mean, usually we'd say Vegas drops a game, but man, this way the Kings are going. Las Vegas looked really good. They beat Phoenix. They beat El Paso 5-4 on Wednesday. They dropped this one. Danny Trejo, 3 goals, 3 assists on the year. Couldn't, I guess, add another 3. So that's the way it goes. So more of the halftime show coming up. Don't go away. Highlights and stats.
I'm on that routine. I'm on that routine.
Topics. I mean, yeah, let's talk about today's the day where I'm going to go topics.
Roll it down.
I am.
You don't need a car to listen to Sirius XM. You can listen anywhere. You know that, right?
What? Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio.
Kevin, you could use your phone.
What? What?
Alexa, play Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio on Sirius XM.
What?
This is how I know you're getting old. I guess that was it.
What? San Diego Demons!
Washamani, and for a long, crashing in, there it is! First of the year for San Diego!
And it's into the back of the net! El Paso!
Far corner and it's in! What a goal! Are you watching Football Americas?
Next weekend to take on the new regional rival Monterey Bay FC before they head out on a 2-match road trip. Kickoff 7 p.m. and Saturday, April 2nd.
Earlier start time means a lot of the youngsters get to come out and enjoy a match here at Hart Health Park, and great to see so many kids during these day games. That's what we got here today, is a lot of parents able to have their kids stay up, not go to bed. It's those 7 o'clock bedtimes. Sometimes for us, 7 o'clock bedtime's not a bad thing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's fun to see a lot of youngsters out here.
All right, we got the U.S. Open Cup coming up for Sacramento, and a lot of them will be starting this round 2 in Sacramento. Will be taking place on April 7th against Timbers U23, I believe. So that will be a good one. Love the U.S. Open Cup. There's I think FC Motown somehow, I think, was able to challenge a substitution, and the match will be replayed. So there you go. A lot of drama already.
Some drama
in the U.S.
already.
Open Cup. So that's what we got going on. U.S. League One expansion side. Lexington Sporting Club unveils the crest as well. So a lot of great notes around the league. Team of the week. We talked about him, Danny Trejo. Wow. 3 goals, 3 assists, leading USL Championship right now. Just a fantastic week. And of course, that 5-4 victory over El Paso.
Yeah, you see some familiar faces on there. Mitch Tainter, Seth Kasivli. Good to see some guys, Rivas as well. But Trejo, you and I, we're texting back and forth during that game. That's one we watched, and yeah, he's fun to watch. He's really fun to watch. So I'm sure that won't be the last time he'll be on Team of the Week.
Here's our ESPN schedule for USL matches coming up. ESPN Deportes, San Diego Loyal, El Paso Locomotive on April 3rd. And then the 15th, Detroit at City FC getting a good look. And Birmingham and Legion should be a fun one there. Indy 11, Orange County, and Phoenix and Tampa Bay on May 15th on ESPN2. Highlights, stats, we'll get to those next. And each team trying to break the other down. They each were able to get a goal in the first half. I'll show you how it all went down the first 45 minutes of action here in Sacramento. Don't go away.
So you're out for a drink. Before that drink turns to drinks, make a plan to get home safe. Just call a friend, a cab, or get a ride share. Whatever you do, don't let drunk drive. Go safely, California.
This is the look of a boy who had no hope of walking. A boy who had his spine rebuilt before he was born. A boy who now stays on his feet and keeps mom on her toes. UC Davis Health. From the extraordinary to the routine, we're discovering healthy and changing real people's lives right here in the Sacramento region. UC Davis Health. Discovering healthy.
How do you build a community that thrives? By staying active, by working and playing together, and by building strong bones and bodies with food that's simple, local, and fresh. Crystal Creamery has proudly supported Central Valley athletes and athletic programs since 2012. Because when you nourish a community, the community thrives. Crystal Creamery, simple, local, fresh.
So you're out for a drink. Before that drink turns to drinks, make a plan to get home safe. Just call a friend, a cab, or get a ride share. Whatever you do, don't let drunk drive. Go safely, California.
One more birthday we had to get in. Happy birthday to Shelby. We know it's not the second. Come on, we don't know it's not the second. But happy birthday to Shelby. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday afternoon here at Hart Health Park.
Halftime here at Hart Health Park, brought to you by Modelo. 1-1. Let's see how it all went down that first 45 minutes. And those highlights are powered by Smud. Early on, Tulsa and Sacramento trying to figure each other out. Tulsa was able to get on the break in the 10th minute. And Brian Brown with a really good look on a mistake by Lee Desmond.
Yeah, unfortunately for Tulsa, it was on Brian Brown's weaker right foot. But straight away, that's where they're looking for. DaCosta wins the ball, slides Brown through, and comfortable enough for Vitiello in the end.
And then Sacramento getting a little physical. The foul started being picked up a little bit. And Nick Ross trying to make a move. It was clipped. No call coming. A little bit close. That's hard to say.
It is tough. The one thing that might go in the favor of the Tulsa defender there is the ball goes a little too far away. But I've seen penalties given for less.
Into the corner it goes. Seemed like Sacramento was able to get out of this. Jack Gurr just looking to clear this ball up. And Keko, clearing that. And then just a really well served ball in by Petar Ciuc, and finds Rodrigo DaCosta 1-0, 29th minute in.
Yeah, too much time on the ball for Ciuc there, and he's already shown that he can deliver. And I think DaCosta maybe gets a slight low touch on there. He's celebrating regardless. So it's they got to be careful of that in the second half as well.
32nd minute, Republic coming right back. A good weighted ball by Rodrigo Lopez, and Douglas Martinez is cut down. And Dougie would take the PK, set this up for an opportunity to make this game 1-1.
Disby, he maybe gets the slightest contact on that, but right through Douglas Martinez, and he's the man who steps up. And Lewis guesses right, but if you strike it well enough, you place it well enough, the ball will go in.
And that is where we stand here in Sacramento, 1-1 through 45 minutes and 2 minutes of stoppage time. Probably not as many shots as I think Mark Briggs was hoping to see. We talked about it in pregame about sort of building that momentum, getting more shots on target. Just one on target, probably not what was really talked about early on. Is about getting aggressive, getting more good looks on goal. Haven't quite seen that yet. So will we see more of that in the second half? It's hard because Tulsa's not an easy team just to break down.
They're not. They're a tough team to play against. They definitely are. They're organized, so they'll have to figure some things out going into the second half.
Upcoming schedule, another home match for Republic next Saturday here at Hart Health Park against the newcomer Monterey Bay FC. That's at 7 o'clock. And then on the road for a couple at Orange County on the 16th. And then going to Texas, Rio Grande Valley, 4:23. That's a 5:30 start. And then Las Vegas, a New Mexico home. So interesting stretch. Some teams we haven't seen in a while. Orange County, the champions of 2021 USL Cup. And that will be a tough match for sure, as Orange County really had a standout season in 2021. Both teams back on the pitch. Skies are starting to get a little cloudy. We're supposed to see rain here tonight. Temperatures still low 70s, so nothing to complain about here this afternoon at the pitch. No changes for Republic as a scene. What do you want to see more of that Sacramento did well in that first 45?
I think we saw the penalty comes from Rodrigo Lopez getting on the ball in those dangerous areas. Jack Gurr continuing to be a threat from the right-hand side. I think they need to find a lot more balance. It's not Ferretti Sosa's natural position on the left-hand side, so he doesn't possess that left foot that maybe Duke Lacroix has, that we may see him come into the game. But get Rodrigo Lopez, get Keko on the ball. Good things will happen, as we've seen.
Tulsa will start the half heading to the north end of the field. A little bit of a breeze starting to pick up. Not too much to maybe influence this match here, but at least cooler out there for the guys. And 1-1 here. Sacramento looking for their second victory this season. Tulsa looking for their third. Neither team has a draw. FC Tulsa played on Wednesday night. Will this be a chance for Sacramento to take advantage? Maybe some tired legs. Many of these guys started on Wednesday against San Diego. A little bit of pressure from Tulsa. Vitiello, a little play chicken. And here comes the pressure from FC Tulsa early, maybe trying to get one early. And Jack Gurr goes down and just sliding underneath. And Nemanja Vukovic, the former USL Defender of the Year and champion with the Sacramento Republic, an assistant now with FC Tulsa, getting off the bench a little bit fired up as he felt maybe Jack flopped a bit.
It's good play by Sacramento. playing their way out of that pressure, and Jack Gurr, as he cuts inside, he loses his footing a little bit, but Torres right on top of him, gets the free kick. But it was really nice composure from the back from Danny Vitiello initially.
27 players from the USL Championship representing their nations this week after being called up for the World Cup qualifying. 2 of them, Joaquin Rivas and Ronaldo Rodriguez, called up to El Salvador from FC Tulsa. So 2 key parts. Rodriguez is center back, Rivas a dynamic attacking mid for Michael Nassi inside. And they'd weathered the storm so far, getting the win against San Diego and trying to do something on the road here against Sacramento. Turnover. Douglas Martinez takes a little bit of a bump. Now Keko making a run, and Dispay able to break it up. And his last touch by Brian Brown, a throw for Republic near the bench. Quickly into La Grassa. Felipe into the attack. He's got Sosa behind him, trying to cut it back to top of the field, finding Roro, who lets it through. Here goes Jack Gurr, and it's deflected by Rodrigo da Costa, who's all the way back down. Excuse me, that was Dispay, who came back up on there and made a great stop. Gabi Torres, good build up for Sacramento. They earn a corner kick.
That ball comes towards Jack Gurr. We've seen him strike a few good ones, and you think, oh, he's got to take a touch on this, but what a connection. Strikes really well with it. And Gabi Torres was the man getting his head on there, being brave. Sacramento's resultant corner kick leads to another corner kick. We see Rodrigo Lopez here looking to whip this one in right on top of the goalie.
Sosa. This ball hangs a little bit, and back out to Rodrigo Lopez. Lopez. And I will say, love the new rebrand of FC Tulsa the last couple of years. It is very difficult, however, to see gold on white in terms of numbers. So
there's numbers on the back.
Yeah, exactly. It is not.
I thought they were all blank.
Yeah, just it looks like practice kits out there. $11 corners for Sacramento against San Diego, unable to convert though. That was one of the pain points for Mark Briggs. Said we have to get on the end of these. We have to get better looks on goal and the set pieces. Here's Keko, feeling a little bit of pressure, going back for it, still battling, and finally earns the whistle. Mark Briggs praising Keko and his ability to really come in and just from the get-go be a professional, play at top speed. And now that his whole family's over, Mark Briggs said, I think he'll even be better than what we've seen from him over those first 2 weeks. I mean, here's a guy who played in some of the best leagues from early on as a teenager in Spain and coming to America for the first time. But he's transitioned well, and see if he can keep that up. He'll be a big part of their success moving forward in 2022. $50 minutes in, you start to maybe think about substitutions in the next 10-15 minutes or so. You have a lot of opportunity on the bench for Sacramento. You've got a guy like Duke Lacroix, you've got Zico Lewis, you got Rafa Hadagi, who's been playing well in training as of late. So a lot of options if Sacramento wants to change it up. Good step here by Desmond. Desmond now running down the lane. He's got Roro to his left, Keko to his right, finding Roro just a little bit late. Roro cuts it back with his right foot. Stopped by Sean Lewis. What a save in the box by the Tulsa keeper. Great buildup from Lee Desmond. Nick Ross now getting in, trying to dirty it up.
Really good play by Lee Desmond, driving forward, and you thought he just played it a little too slow for Roro. And the last preseason match, we saw him actually put a goal similar to this in the far corner. And a guy of his caliber, he'll be a little disappointed he doesn't challenge the goalie a little bit more there.
Tuic looking to switch the field. Tulsa had 3 players team of the week. Joaquin Rivas, Gabi Torres, Sean Lewis named to the bench over their win over Birmingham. And 3-1, that was their first win of the season. Felipe, they've got 4 for 3 here. Keiko with the right. It's going to go to Lopez. Rodrigo Lopez, and too many white kits. I think Keiko was on that right side. Looked really to be in a good position.
Looked like a training ground drill there. You do a lot of 4v3s and you get in those positions, and what decision was the best decision to make? Unfortunately on that one it didn't seem like it panned out, but Sacramento kept the ball, right? That's, you keep the ball, recycle it, see what else happens.
Keiko. Back to his left, Keiko. Gonna serve this ball into Douglas Martinez! And it's stopped by Sean Lewis in the 6. Athletic move from Sean Lewis to keep the streaking Douglas Martinez from finding goal. Great effort by the Republic, but Lewis comes up big in the end.
Great play by Keiko on this right-hand side. Thinking he's going to cross it in on his right. He cuts back to that left and one ball in for Douglas Martinez. At first touch, the only thing is just stuck under his feet a little bit. He can't dig it out enough, and Sean Lewis does a great job stopping it.
And watch Lewis just sort of flailing his arms there. I don't even know if he believed he knew where that was going, but nonetheless got his body big and made the stop. And it was almost Douglas Martinez with his 2nd goal of the afternoon. Keeps it 1-1. Big play from Sean Lewis. We talked about his performance last time he played here in Sacramento. Comes up big again.
That's what we mentioned pre-match was Keiko, Rodrigo Lopez getting them the ball. We were starting to see this second half early on. Sacramento's fired up, they're ready to go, and Keiko making a great run again.
Gerd, a little quick touch trying to find Keiko off the head of Douglas, and now it's Rodrigo Lopez. Lopez battling with Bourgeois, and Bourgeois able to clear it away. Sacramento not done yet. Here comes Sosa. Sosa being fouled from behind. Sosa, they'll just sail away. Sacramento starting to pick up the pace.
Good opportunity. The ball falls to Rodrigo Lopez, and it's with his weaker left foot. We've seen him take corner kicks with that, and he connects well. Comfortable enough for Lewis. Parries it away, but really positive last 10 minutes, last 8 minutes since the start of the second half for Sacramento. But they always got to be careful of this guy.
The flag is up. Dangerous. His lead Desmond, Danny Vitiello, coming out again, getting very aggressive. And I'll tell you what, I'm not quite sure if it was Johnny Fenwick, but may have hit off his head as Douglas Martinez maybe trying to play that back right to Keiko in that last possession. And I think FC Tulsa is going to go to the bench and make a couple of changes here.
You can feel the tide of the game changing a little bit. Sacramento's finding some joy, and that's why Tulsa's looking to make those changes. Can they eliminate the space that Keiko's been gaining the last 5 minutes? We speak about substitutes bringing fresh legs. That is key, but it can also be a tactical change as well.
Well, one of the key men they like to bring off the bench is J.J. Williams, 24-year-old, New Mexico. And he looks like he might be coming in here to one of the striker positions. Vitiello to Casey. Republic mobile app, your home for match day with features including easier navigation, in-app entertainment, live stats, on much more during match day. Download App Store or Google Play for the Republic app. Roro just along that touchline, a little bit of space, looking to get forward for Luis Felipe. Luis Felipe just can't cut inside. Has good defending there by Bradley Bourgeois. And here comes the substitution. So 2 substitutions for Michael Nasi inside. As Machuca and J.J. Williams into the match. So Machuca in for Eric Bird. The Honduran with a goal already this season. He just signed with FC Tulsa in this offseason. Has played for 6 clubs in Honduras before coming over to Oklahoma. And here is J.J. Williams. Another smart player, has some really good size, good pace, and they bring him off the bench to give a different look. And it's going to be a different assignment now for Lee Desmond and Dan Casey in the back. He's big, he's strong, and while Brian Brown is no slouch, J.J. Williams adds a little bit different of a look for this back line for Sacramento.
Yeah, Lee Desmond and Dan Casey will be thankful to see the back of Brian Brown, but then you see J.J. Williams coming in, and their night's not going to get, their evening's not going to get any easier.
Williams with Birmingham Legion the last 2 seasons. He was on loan from Atlanta United in MLS. 5 goals, 6 assists a year ago with the Legion. DaCosta remains up top. There's that pressure received from Tulsa coming in the corners, but Sacramento's been able to break it so far in the second half of play. Nick Ross to throw.
What Sacramento's done a really good job of this second half is when that pressure's coming, they're just Dan Casey, Jack Gurr, they're floating that ball up to Douglas Martinez or Keko nice and early. So you're skipping those lines. Keko called in the foul on that one. It didn't look like too much contact.
I think that was a misplay, but I think Tulsa was able to get away with one there. There'll be a goal kick instead of what Keko, I think, was hoping for, maybe a corner kick there to just apply a little bit of pressure on Fenwick. Here comes the pressure again from Sacramento. They turn it over as Sosa is able to get to it. LaGrassa. Sosa now. Mark Briggs might be making some moves on his bench as well. Dan Casey, look at this, dribble all the way up. No one's going to stop him. He's going to keep it going. Dan Casey wants to stay in the attack. Look at this. It's an Adam Moffat move right there.
Instead, I've run all the way up there. Yeah, I'm not staying up there. I'm not running back yet.
Martinez, little back heel, looking for a teammate. Nick Ross just couldn't bring it down. It'll tag the scoreboard.
Good control by Nick Ross. Lovely flick by Douglas Martinez. And it was Cabato was the player who put the pressure on Nick Ross. So he just can't let the ball, as you see the ball sitting up, he can't let it sit down, because if he does, the opposition's going to take it off him, and that usually results in the ball going over the bar because you're striking it as it's high up in the air.
Of why it's not FC Tulsa's call here as a foul is whistled. It's the 11th meeting between these two sides. The biggest margin of victory is the hands of the Republic, who back in 2019 won 6-0. Cameron Owasa, Stefano Bonomo, each with braces in that game. I believe it was an afternoon match as well. The years are starting to jumble together here 9 years in, Adam.
And the last few years, I'm sure it's all a blur with those.
Left-footed strike coming in. It's deflected, and Vitiello right there. Johnny on the spot, able to come up with the save. Dangerous play and a good attack from Tulsa 60 minutes in.
J.J. Williams straight away involved in the action, and I'm not too sure he expected Lee Desmond to see. He's expecting to clear this away, and he misses it. It's a good ball in by Suarez, and Vitiello goes straight to his hands, fortunately for him.
So it stays 1-1, both sides with really good looks here in the second half. Breaking through. Machuca came in as a substitution. Jack Gurr just getting in front of him. Machuca a bit frustrated. Great hustle again by number 2.
Well done, Jack Gurr. He knew Machuca, the ball's high up, so again, similar to Nick Ross's situation, the ball doesn't settle, so you have an opportunity to slide back in, and you see digs deep, head down, get back, do the job.
Machuca with a goal against the Legion. He is a really strong player off the bench. This ball served in right to the middle, and a good look for FC Tulsa. It's over the crossbar. And again, we talked J.J. Williams going to be a handful. He's showing exactly that early on. If you have Williams up there, gives a little bit of distraction. Dispay on this time was able to get in. As you see Williams go up first, and then there's Dispay on the backside. Dan Casey looking for Keko. Keko a little bit. And this ball's blown through. Will it stay on? Whistle coming. Crowd is furious. And a lot of contact on both sides. That's a tough one, Adam.
That's always a tough one to call. You see Douglas Martinez, he's basically holding his ground, right? But in doing so, he's obstructing the other player from getting to the ball, and it's a smart move. Sometimes the referee doesn't, sometimes he does, and there was contact on that first one with Jack Gurr and Machuca as well.
Ball floated. Sosa is there, going up, and Tulsa whistled this time.
But we've definitely seen a shift again. Once again, it's the first 10 minutes of the second half. It looked like Sacramento were gaining all the momentum. Several opportunities since those substitutes have come in. Things have switched. Tulsa have had a little bit more success. Both substitutes getting in dangerous areas, so it might be time for Mark Briggs to introduce some substitutes of his own.
You've got Zico Lewis, one of the best players in USL the last couple of seasons in the Eastern Conference, on the bench as well. Luis Felipe really up in the attack today. The press tries to even get it quick and early. We saw the offensive talents of Luis Felipe a season ago. 5 goals on the year. Rodrigo Lopez, take the takeaway. Roro looking for a teammate, has Dougie, hits him in stride. Just a bit late, and I think they wanted a handball, and that's going to be another missed call for Sacramento. Going to be a corner kick instead, sliding down. I'm not sure if it was an unnatural position or not, but Martinez was just hoping to take a turn on that. And Fenwick may have taken one to the face, and it's going to be a bit slow to get up. Let's take another look.
You see, there's definitely contact with the arm, but I think it comes off his foot first.
Yeah, you're right.
Foot, and then no, that's face. There's no hand.
There's no hand.
There wasn't any hand in there. You saw in the replay.
That's a good call.
Definitely his face. So a really good defending as well, Johnny Fenwick. It's when you have Douglas Martinez in that situation, you really have to be dialed in, and he was in that case there.
Rodrigo Lopez with the corner kick, driving this one back post. Here's coming Lee Desmond, and it's reaching out and saving Sean Lewis. Place would have erupted with that goal there. So Fenwick with some good defending to not give anything easy, and leads to a corner kick. And the replay by Citizens Bank. Chuka playing it out wide. FC Tulsa had a couple of good looks and possessions here as of late. Lee Desmond not able to clear. And a misplay. Machuca over the top, going to his left. Misses frame, and it's a heart-stopping moment for fans here at Heart Health Park. Machuca and Williams have been fantastic substitutions and a spark of life for this FC Tulsa side. Just too much space, and the easy giveaway by Republic.
He's connected really well with that Machuca and Dana Vitiello. I think he has it covered, but once again it comes from a sloppy pass in the defensive third by Sacramento, and fortunately for them that's just wide of the post.
DaCosta already has a goal in this game. And Keko able to draw a foul. Dan Casey trying to get the attack going, see if Sacramento can break through here. Tulsa scored first. Republic with an answer. Martinez on the penalty kick. And DaCosta had that first goal in the 29th minute. Turnover. Nick Ross tried to put in some space for some kick, and Keko just couldn't get to it. And Sean Lewis trying to get the break going for FC Tulsa. Torres able to keep possession, plays it forward to Machuca, the Honduran, just outside the penalty area, crosses this ball in, and Matt LaGrassa will send it into the stands for a corner kick.
Good recovery by Matt LaGrassa. If he doesn't get there, you see DaCosta is just waiting with that left foot. He'll surely would have tested the goalkeeper. Machuca's been really positive since coming on. I think Tulsa will be happy to see him getting as much of the ball as possible here in the final 30.
Here's Suarez, 2020 Tulsa Offensive Player of the Year. The right foot, this ball in swinging, punched away by Vidiello. Ibato back outside to Suarez. Dario making a move, Keko not able to take it away. Suarez now the left foot and just trying to sneak a near post. Hits the side netting, and Tulsa really feeling the momentum here, as Republic will likely go to the bench and make a change.
Good chance there by Suarez. He's opened up his hips as if he's going to go into that far corner, and he gets the goalkeeper guessing the other way and just puts it wide of that near post. He knows it himself. It was a really good opportunity for him. If he puts that on frame, it's 2-1 Tulsa.
So 2 substitutions here is Ferdy Sosa will be replaced by Duke Lacroix. And Lacroix, who had 28 starts, 31 appearances, best for the club a year ago. Now his second appearance after a calf injury to start the year. And now Luther Archimed will also come into this match. And Archimed will take out Matt LaGrassa. It's a little offensive addition in place for Matt LaGrassa defensively, so maybe Nick Ross comes back or Felipe comes back. But the idea of the changes here, you've got some pace on that left side with Duke Lacroix, and then you've got Luther Archimed, who's got some physicality, got some height on him. Maybe they can take advantage along that back line, who's been working pretty hard for FC Tulsa the whole match.
And Luther just gave Johnny Fenwick a nice introduction right there on his first touch, letting him know it's going to be a rough 20-25 minutes here.
And Luther with New York Red Bulls, 3 goals assist a season ago. This ball straight through to J.J. Williams. And Williams' shot is off the mark as he collided with Dan Casey in stride just outside the penalty area. No whistle coming for either, but a bit of a tumble for both players. And neither way, that's not going to feel good for J.J. Williams.
It's a really good run by J.J. Williams. The ball through, perfectly weighted, and it's just as he goes to land after he shoots, you can just see he catches Dan Casey and lands right in the lower part of his back. Does not feel good. At one time, similar situation when I was back playing, I landed on my back like that, and something happened where I created a little pouch in my lower back, and it was literally like a little.
Could you put things in it?
I was like a kangaroo, but backwards, a backwards kangaroo. But that was one of the many strange injuries I got playing this game.
Bro, trying to lock this one in.
The doctor ended up having to drain it. That's
Lopez is tripped up from behind from Chuich, and Chuich will see yellow, and probably a really good foul for FC Tulsa, as Roro had pretty much daylight moving forward.
Time and space at the top of the box for Roro usually signals dangerous things, and he'll fancy this free kick though.
Yeah, you had Keko to the right. That could have been a real good look for Sacramento. So now pretty good position now from Republic. Maybe about 25 yards out or so.
You can sense the anticipation here. The fans, they've seen this many a time. This man put the ball down, getting ready to strike this.
Crowd stomping their feet on the metal bleachers at Hard Health Park, waiting for Rodrigo Lopez. Set piece here in the 71st minute. Tied at 1. Roro could easily go for goal here, could loft something up as well. He's got 2 big bodies in Martinez and Archimed. Roro's going to go for goal, just a bit high. Sometimes you get a nice rebound off of that too. If Sean Lewis can't handle that perfectly, you've got Archimed and Martinez waiting on the doorstep. Here's Republic, a little bit of pressure again, seeing if they can get a quick turnover. Fenwick, Gurr battling, able to escape as Tulsa as DaCosta will stand this bout to the right to Bourgeois. DaCosta, who scored the goal in the 29th for Tulsa. And I think a point on the road for them in a week where they've played 3 matches would be massive. Slipping and falling as Fenwick and Sacramento capitalize. Smartly done by Machuca there, goes down after losing his footing on the pitch. Chuch. Dispay hit with a yellow card after making contact with Rodrigo Lopez in the box. In the 32nd minute, led to a Douglas Martinez PK, tied it at 1, and that's where we stand here, 73 minutes gone by. And another substitution for FC Tulsa, their 3rd on the afternoon. This will be Jorge Luis Corrales. And Corrales will replace Chuch, who could arguably say maybe he has that first goal.
He may have that first goal, at least an assist on it, but he's had a good game. Given him time and space, and he's played some really nice balls over the top. Still relatively young as well, so he's got a promising future ahead of him.
Corrales, who's into the match now, 31-year-old from Cuba. 26 appearances, 65 interceptions, led the club last year for Tulsa. A defensive player that they can move around and put in primary positions along that back line, but sometimes in the midfield as well. They like the flexibility that Corrales can give them. Former MLSer as well, played with Chicago Fire, played with Montreal. This ball's lofted in, looking for Williams. On a second chance ball, Keko. Keko being dragged down. And a little contact just outside the 18. And Republic will take this. I don't remember if we've heard this many whistles in a match in the last 3 years.
It's been really stop-start, and usually if we have it, there's a lot of yellow cards. It's a real heated match, but this isn't necessarily too heated, but it definitely has interrupted the flow a little bit.
Well, grab the latest threads from the Republic team store, shop hoodies, t-shirts, headwear, and much more. And a collision in the top of the attack with Archimed.
They're ruling it offside, because if that was not offside on the run by Archimed, then no doubt that would have been a red card and a breakaway for on that breakaway for Luther.
Fenwick and Luther coming together. Meanwhile, you can go to the team store. They have many new items to shop for this 2022 season. After online, or of course, if you're at the match, pick up some gear here. Ball just bouncing around here. Machuca playing all over the pitch. Roro still in place. Roro going to lay this one to Archimed. Archimed tried to just redirect this one. And just a good battle. I really like what we've seen so far from Luther Archimed coming into this match. Another Atlas disposal corner kick for Sacramento. Lacroix getting a touch on it. Lacroix staying on his feet, showing some quality here, finding Archimed. Reinforcements coming, Luther from distance, and nearly tried to find that top corner, just kept sailing on him. Love the aggressiveness. Turnover quick right there.
The first we'd seen of Duke Lacroix, and it was a massive interception. Not only does he block that play from Tulsa, he goes up the other end of the field and sends that ball to Archimed, and if he puts that in the top corner from there, this place would have gone wild.
Mario Panagos making his 2022 debut, the former Academy standout. 21 appearances in 2021 into the match, along with Zico Lewis, the 27-year-old. We've talked about him, 19 goals, 18 assists in 2.5 years with Charleston Battery. See if he can add something to this game. His first touch already coming along this right side. Luis Felipe trying to find some help there. He can't find it, and Zico Lewis and company not able to continue that attack. FC Tulsa's been really good today at getting back and really covering in the middle of the midfield, where they had some issues, especially with some key guys gone. Gabi Torres run along this left side, and Mario Panagos able to play it away.
I'd love to see the stats, the GPS for Gabi Torres and Jack Gurr, those two going up and down this side of the field this half, but the other side in the first half. Those two are non-stop.
Single match tickets are now on sale for upcoming Republic FC matches, including First Responders Nights, White Claw Wednesday, and much more. Secure your tickets today, sacrepublicfc.com.
It's really interesting. Tulsa's with the ball. They're almost setting up with 4 up top. They're going for the victory here. They're matched up almost man for man at the back for Sacramento. So if Sacramento, when Tulsa plays those long balls, if they can win it, there's plenty of space to exploit in the middle of the park. There's no one sitting in the central midfield.
Well, they're starting to spread out, stretch a little bit here. Sacramento getting an opportunity. We saw it against El Paso.
Again, without the ball, you see they are bunkering in. The referee getting in the way there. And that's a new rule introduced within the last few years, where the referee can call that. You know, if he impedes the play, give the ball back to the team who deserves it and learn from his mistake.
Ball lofted in on the other end of it. Martinez trying to get there. Here's Duke Lacroix, bring it down. Duke Lacroix with a bullet off the bar. Hit that left post. About as hard as you can feel it. Inches away from something happening. Archimed is brought down the box. I'm not sure how that's even possible. That could be on Archimed. Archimed was going for the ball, and the FC Tulsa back line went out and grabbed, I think, Archimed's left foot. Let's take another look at this.
The referee's going to give Archimed a yellow card for diving for simulation. As we have a look at that replay, it was Johnny Fenwick, I believe, that got himself in a pickle, and that was actually Dispay, and the players around were
it looked like his
demanding
foot.
That should have been a penalty kick right there. So unfortunately, we didn't get a great view of it, but
it looked in real time. He reached out and put his foot out.
He got himself in a real pickle there, Dispay, and he'll be thankful he's
now Williams with a big swing at it, and this will be a goal kick for Sacramento. So Archimed given a yellow card here. It's 1-1, about 10 minutes to play. And if you're drinking tonight, be sure to choose a sober way to go and get home safely. Brought to you by the California Office of Traffic Safety. Zico threading the needle, too heavy for Mario Panagos, just a tad behind him. Really good ball moving forward. Now it's Tulsa on the counterattack. Dario Suarez. Morales back. To Acosta. Bourgeois. A little bit more patient here. Kibato, the Toronto native, acquired on loan from RGV. Ended up making 30 appearances for this club. He was named newcomer of the year for FC Tulsa. Going from 12 appearances in 2020 with RGV to 30. Quite a jump in his career for the young 21-year-old. Mark wants to see this team put a little more pressure on. 8 minutes to go here. See if they can get the win late. Mario Panagos comes flying in against Dispay. Look at this from Mario. Can Mario win it back? He may. Love the hustle from Mario. Zico. And may see yellow we will for Jorge Luis Corrales. Seven minutes to go or so. What do you want to see from Sacramento?
Yeah, have to create some opportunities. We've seen Archimed's big boy. Maybe look to play him a little bit more direct. Douglas Martinez can play off him. You have Ezekiel Lewis can play off him, and they just have to be really careful. Like we said, Tulsa just leaving those guys up top.
Martinez playing this one in. Archimed is there to get ahead on it as well. Ezekiel Lewis keeping the possession going for Sacramento. Felipe. Will turn and burn, trying to make something special happen.
Never got to see a replay of Duke Lacroix strike as well. That Luis Felipe's just reminded me of that one, and Lewis had no chance on that one. Duke Lacroix, really good connection, hitting that near post.
I don't think Sean Lewis is stopping this one at all. Look at this from chance for Duke Lacroix. His strong left foot.
He only had one intention on his mind there. As soon as he got a really good touch on it, he was going to strike it.
Williams trying to get a little bit of room. Here comes Roro. Good defending from the veteran. Luis Felipe.
Experience there by DaCosta. He knew he was in some trouble. Luis Felipe closing him down and just gets his body in front. Knows how to fall the right way to gain the free kick, and now he finds himself standing over it here.
DaCosta with the goal in the 29th, his second on the year. Asking for it quickly. Going to put this into some space, see if Archimed can run it down. Not a bad idea. $14 shots for Sacramento, 8 for FC Tulsa, 4 on target for the Republic, 3 for the visiting side. We are tied at 1. Maybe the best strike of all of them hit that post just a minute ago. Rodrigo Lopez's strength is really an underrated part of his game. He is really strong down low and not able to give things up early. Look at this little run. Here's Duke Lacroix! The left back comes in as a substitute and puts a stamp on this one late. And Mark Briggs and this club are fired up in Hart Health Park. And it all started with Rodrigo Lopez holding possession there, getting that ball, get it out wide. Good things happen. Great combination. What a ball for Duke Lacroix. Had 1 goal a year ago. He's already matched that season total. Look at this move.
That's how you make an impact as a substitute. Mario Penagos, Duke Lacroix. Unfortunate not to get on the score sheet earlier. No questions about it this time. Slots it past Sean Lewis, who's had a fantastic game, but this crowd goes wild. Duke Lacroix making a big impact from that left back position.
And the teenager Mario Penagos with his first assist as a Sacramento Republic FC player. Not done yet, still work to be done here in the 86th minute. Jack Gurr trying to keep possession. Jack Gurr is just run down. And Gabi Torres will see yellow for his play on Jack Gurr.
Spoke about these two not stopping running all night, and yellow card there for Gabi Torres. I think Jack Gurr's had the better of him today, and I'll be frustrating for him getting that yellow card on top of just losing that goal.
Vitiello. Sacramento win this 50-50. We don't want to give anything to FC Tulsa here late. Here's an opportunity to pounce. DaCosta running down the spine of the heart of the defense here. And this ball is taken, and it's just missed wide as an outstretched Vitiello nearly getting a finger on it. And a great ball and run by Rodrigo DaCosta. And that's why he's considered one of the best in Tulsa's history.
Looked for a second like he just got it past that outstretched arm of Danny Vitiello, but just wide of the post once again. Once again, I think Vitiello has it covered. If it is on target, I think Danny's there, but it's a little close to call. That just shows you the game's not done. With a minute left here, regulation, and then you're looking at that stoppage time. Tulsa will be fancying himself to get one more good opportunity.
Archimed give a little bit of room as Sean Lewis able to get this ball away. Really been impressed with distribution of Sean Lewis again. Here is Machuca moving forward. Has to go, and it's Vitiello who's able to keep it in. Good defending as Sacramento able to get back, but Machuca has been a handful ever since he checked in here in the second half of play. Sacramento needs to probably hold on possession. Here's Douglas Martinez. And one more substitution. I think Mark thinks maybe it's time to go back to a little bit more defensive-minded thought process here. And he's going to bring in Connor Donovan, who made his season debut in San Diego a week ago. And he'll replace Douglas Martinez, who has the game's first goal for Sacramento as a PK. And another big performance, 2 on the year for the Honduran.
It's a good weapon to have off the bench. Connor Donovan's coming in, and this guy with great pedigree in this league. Just bringing him on to secure things at the back. If Tulsa try to go a little more direct, try and hit Suarez, try and hit JJ Williams, you have another big body there.
Almost a 5 in the back for Sacramento now with Connor Donovan, Cam Casey. And Connor will go in the middle, and Donovan played a lot in OKC as a 3-back system where he was the center back. So playing centrally there, this is it right up his alley. Bourgeois and company trying to see if they can tie this one late on the road and keep their nice week going. This ball served in, maybe a little bit soft. Dan Casey able to get there. And Luis Felipe, and now Zico Lewis. Zico. Good ball there from Rodrigo Lopez. Zico Lewis plays it into space. Mario Penagos has Felipe, leaving it for Zico. Zico able to get back up on his feet. No whistle coming in for either team. Here's Rodrigo Lopez. Lopez! And a foul is called. 2 minutes of stoppage time brought to you by Rayleigh's. Something extra. Earn points every time you shop. Sign up today at Rayleighs.com. Sean Lewis again able to just put this ball way down the field. Archimed, love the hustle from Archimed. He just is constant motor going the whole game.
We spoke about the impact that the two substitutes had in the goal, Duke Lacroix, Mario Panagos, but Archimed's had a great impact as well since coming on. Really changed the game.
Mario Panagos has stepped on. Here's a ball from FC Tulsa. And it's Kibato with the big strike, and Roro and Mario Panagos both down on this one. Mario got his foot stuck in there. I'm not sure if he rolled an ankle or not. And Roro maybe cramping up a little bit, but number 8 with number 10,000, and that is in minutes that he has played in USL Championship. And it comes in a Republic uniform, rightfully so. And Sacramento's going to take its time as the staff will come out and check on Mario Panagos.
Looks like Rodrigo Lopez getting back to his feet. It's a little cramp issue maybe for him. But for Mario Panagos. Sorry, save it. Big save by the Bell fan.
Huge. they've had a marathon up lately, so you've probably been sitting home watching.
That's it. Yeah. Mario Panagos. It looks like that ankle either got stood on as he went to apply some pressure, or he's turned it. But he definitely looked to be in a lot of pain going down there.
Interesting substitution-wise for both teams today. I think they really had an impact on the game. A lot of times you don't see where the changes come in. There's much of a difference, but you saw it with J.J. Williams and Machuca coming in for FC Tulsa, and really likewise on the other side, Archimed and Duke Lacroix coming in and really changed it for Sacramento late in the attack.
And you see Panagos is just trying to apply some pressure, and just as he reaches that foot in, it looks like a sore one.
Yeah, rolled his ankle there. Hopefully it's not too bad. An ankle sprain. It's almost, once you do it once, it's better because then it doesn't hurt as bad. But I don't think he's going to enjoy tomorrow. It's going to be a rough one for Mario Panagos if that's his first ever ankle sprain. Hopefully it's low.
A lot of players I played with throughout my career, you know, they have a lot of ankle issues, and every single day practice, any of it, they're taped. And in some of them, you're like, how can you move your foot in? And that it's so restricting. It was always, that was mostly my knees I was getting hurt, but the ankle ones, it's part of your body you need to use a lot of playing soccer.
Throwing for Republic here. I really have enjoyed watching the pairing of Dan Casey and Lee Desmond. They've done a really good job against some of the best defenders. There's the final whistle here in Sacramento. And the Republic will take this 2-1 victory against FC Tulsa in a thrilling match that led to a last second half goal by Duke Lacroix. And a big moment for him off the bench, and he's our Western Health Advantage player of the match. And Duke Lacroix, congrats to him. And what a substitution coming in and really making a difference.
You don't have to play the full game to get man of the match. You have to come in and make an impact, and that's what he did. Unfortunate not to get that goal, the one he struck off the post, but made up for it with that second run and finish.
A great team battle, a lot of fouls called today. But both sides able to get a goal. The Republic, though, were able to get 2. And that man, Douglas Jr., was able to come up big. And Martinez with his second goal of the season. 2-1 final in Sacramento. We'll have your highlights and stats coming up after this.
This is the look of a little girl with big dreams, but only one last hope. A girl whose organs were shutting down as she was growing up. A girl who finally found her spotlight when she found her specialist. UC Davis Health. From the extraordinary to the routine, we're discovering healthy and changing real people's lives right here in the Sacramento region. UC Davis Health. Discovering healthy.
How do you build a community that thrives? By staying active, by working and playing together, and by building strong bones and bodies with food that's simple, local, and fresh. Crystal Creamery has proudly supported Central Valley athletes and athletic programs since 2012, because when you nourish a community, the community thrives. Crystal Creamery. Simple, local, fresh.
Republic now with 6 points on the season after another home win. They're 2-0 at Hart Health Park. Mark Briggs talked about making this place a fortress and a really tough place to play for the opponent, and off to a good start in 2022. Let's get to our post-match highlights early on. Back and forth between these two teams, physically getting opportunities, but it would be FC Tulsa in the 29th minute. And officially, Rodrigo de Costa with the goal. But a great service in and gets past Danny Vidiello. It's 1-0, 30 minutes gone by.
Good start by Tulsa. They threatened early, and DaCosta's always a big threat. But the response was fantastic for Republic. Just a few minutes later, Rodrigo Lopez getting in a dangerous spot. The run from Martinez, resulting in the penalty kick, and he's the man who stood up, equalized, gets his team going into the half, 1-1.
Dougie's second goal of the season, and Martinez off to a really good start in 2022. On to the second half we go. Substitutions would come in. FC Tulsa would have a couple of good looks. And so would this man here is Duke Lacroix, nearly a banger inside the box. Just hits the near post. It remains 1-1, 86th minute. Duke Lacroix not done quite yet.
He was not. Mario Penagos, the other substitute involved. Douglas Martinez, a little dummy there, a little over. Great composure once Lacroix gets into that final position. He's not a guy who scores that many goals, but he took that like he's done it week in, week out.
15 shots, 5 of them on target for Sacramento, and really another good performance. You like to see the number of shots, double digits again for the third straight time. And on target, 2 in, that's a pretty good result.
Yeah, we spoke about it at halftime. There was only 1 shot on target, and that being the penalty kick. So to go in at halftime, change that, get another 4 good attempts on goal.
And let's go to our Power Business Technology image of the match. And of course, is celebrating Douglas Martinez, his second goal on the year. And really a formidable striker for this Republic squad. And this club feeling good at home. Tough loss in San Diego, but you move on from it. You've got Monterey now here at home Saturday, less than a week from today. And it should be a fun one here on Saturday night, so don't miss that one. Republic take this one against FC Tulsa. For our entire crew, our producer Ava Ponte, for Matt Bowler, for Adam Moffitt, I'm Rob McAllister. Hope you enjoyed this Sunday afternoon matinee as the Republic take the win 2-1 and earn 30 points for 6 on the season. So long, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you on Saturday night right back here at Hart Health Park.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.